Secrets hidden beneath the ice of Antarctica, a lost world. Most people imagine Antarctica as an uninhabited continent with only animals, lots of ice and snow, and a few scientific observatories with seconded staff. In fact, Antarctica is much more complex than it first appears. For example, more than 400 lakes were found under the ice of the fifth largest continent on Earth, but scientists reached only 4 of them. It is worth noting that Russian scientists were the first to reach the lake under Antarctica, taking water samples from Lake Vostok in 2012. They found 3 bacteria specific to this reservoir that could not be classified into any of the known bacterial subkingdoms. Today microbiologists and geneticists have not lost hope of discovering other life forms in the subglacial Antarctic Ocean about which science still knows nothing. They live inside symbiotically with other organisms and do not need solar or geothermal heat. The supply of nutrients to them is so limited that they sit on an air diet, as scientists have found out. But subglacial discoveries in Antarctica aren't limited to lakes. Scientists discovered a large depression with an area of about 40 rectangular kilometers and a peak of about 300 meters, which was formed by melting about 14 billion pieces of ice under the Thwaites Glacier. To experts, this is an alarming sign for several reasons. First, much of this ice has melted over the past 3 years. Second, such cavities drastically reduce the energy of icebergs. And this is fraught with an increase in their destruction and an increase in the area of the world's oceans. Today Antarctica is almost entirely an icy desert, but the climate on the mainland was not always like this. In fact, Antarctica was once part of the vast continent of Gondwana, which has a warm and humid climate. In the past Antarctica was covered with tropical rainforests, but it was still very cold at times and even snowy in the south. The Mesozoic fauna is also well represented in the form of dinosaurs, ancient birds and mammals. So, one of the first discoveries of an Antarctic dinosaur was the remains of a Creolophosaurus, which reached 8 meters in length. What would happen if the Antarctic ice melted? Researchers believe that if all the ice concentrated in Antarctica were to melt completely, global sea levels would rise by about 60 meters. As a result of such disasters, many large cities such as London and New York, St. Petersburg and Sydney are at risk of being submerged. In addition, some coastal European countries such as the Netherlands and Denmark will also be submerged. Antarctica itself suffers significant territorial losses. The western part of the continent turns into an archipelago containing many islands, forming a completely new map of the old continent. According to official information, the Antarctic Peninsula is already seeing the formation of a tundra zone. Scientists believe that due to the increase in the average temperature on Earth, trees will soon grow on the mainland, and the number of representatives of wildlife will increase daily. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel and be with Incredible World.